Now, under the data mining, we are now at lecture number two, in which we will try to analyze the data mining techniques. What are the different data mining techniques which are available? Then we will understand what are the techniques and how exactly these techniques can be used. So we will analyze it. Here you can see there are data mining techniques which has been categorized under the classification, clustering, regression, outer, sequential patterns, prediction, association rules. So these are some kind of a techniques. So what you understood about the classification and the clustering? So let's start with. Now we can see here the data mining techniques, the classification is to be used. This analysis is used to retrieve the important and the relevant information about the data and the metadata. This data mining method helps to classify data in different classes. So meaning is that when we talk about the data, it must be under some kind of a classification, or you can say the categorization. For example, if you go to the mart and there you can see that you are having some kind of a arrangement system which is to be classified. Okay. Similarly, when you talk about into the system, in the system you will classify the all type of items. It means that you are categorizing into the different type of items. So items can be categorized. So accordingly, the data can also be categorized. So for that, you will design your data set in such a way that all the information can be arranged into the classification manner. Okay, so that's why it helps you to segregate the data into the different type of classification system through which you will able to find your data very easily and efficiently or into the fasting mode. So that's why the efficiency comes into this picture. Another point is that the clustering. When we talk about the cluster system, so we can say uh, it is also kind of a technique which is to identify the data that are like each other. So normally all the data can be segmentized into the different clusters levels. So it means that if you are if you're talking about the data in terms of the telecom sectors, so you can say that I am having a customers into a zone, say for example X. Now that particular X move after some time from X zone to the Y zone. So what will happen in that situation? The data will be the similar, but their location will get changed, and the services accordingly can be maintained to the clustering basis. Why the cluster is required? Again, we can understand uh, as per the geographical locations, you can define your system into the different levels. Like into the plain area, you can cluster and you can put up your towers into the different fashion way, or there is no obstacle. So that's why the transmission system gets more efficiently you can get it. But as you move to the mountain area side, so you are having a n number of mountains over the period, so that's why the number of towers, the number of systems are required more. So that's why cluster helps key how to segregate the data and how much data can be efficiently placed, and they what kind of a data they can have a similarity in between. So that's why the cluster helps us to segregate the data and to give it a best services on the basis of the clustering. So that's why the clustering approach is taken place for the large set of the data. Similarly, if you talk about the wireless sensor network, so wireless sensor network is also producing some of the data, because there are n number of sensors which are applying into a different type of segment area in which the sensors are working. Like for example, if you talk about the military system, in military areas or the defense sectors, you can put up your thermal sensors, you can put up your some kind of biosensors. For the different types, the sensors are available, but they are clustered into the different particular areas. So as the movement, at the dynamic movement in between the sensors, you are passing it through the energy. So the cluster helps you to disseminate that information from one area to the another area, from where the defense sector people get benefited to those intruders, to attack on those intruders, and make the country safe. So that's why the data analysis part is much more required, and that's why the cluster is helping it as per the technique which is to be used into the data mining. And the regression technique is also helping us to analyze the data, and to analyze the trend of the data, how exactly these are the dependent variable are related with each other, and how they are making regression analysis helps us to identify the different variance of the variables which is presentable or not, but they are available. So it also helps to get the trend analysis of a particular item. It is in one of the example, like sales item. If I talk about what is the item which is the highest sale into the particular time period. So company takes the decision on the basis of that, and also it takes the pattern matching. What is the pattern over the period of the months of that particular item sale. So that is also one of the technique. Another technique is to be used at association rules. The data mining technique helps to find the association in between two or more items. It discovers a hidden pattern into the data sets. So, uh, as we can see that you are having a parent-child relationship into the tables, and that is, you can say, that is the functional dependency in each and every type of attributes which are available into the your databases. So that's why the association rule helps to identify a correct related data, that is the inference level data, which is to be helpful for the users. This is some kind of a outer detection. There are some of the data which is not a part of your system, but they are coming from outside. So for such kind of a data can hamper your system. So that's why that is called the intrusion detection fraudulty, or the fault detection system, which you have to build on the basis of how many datas are packets. So that's why the antivirus type of applications are working into that particular segments. So antivirus softwares are always helping to protect our system from the outside data, which is unnecessary data which can hamper your system. So that's why again it's a kind of a mining techniques, and into the different segment area in which it is helping. Sequential patterns, as I already told you, that patterns or the trends which we can cater on the basis of the relationship. Then the prediction as well. On the basis of the trends and the patterns, a sequence can be predicted. For example, if I talk about the stock exchange in which the lots of shares are into the market. So lots of companies are floating their shares, but their trend analysis, sometimes it is going high, sometimes their values are going low. So what is the pattern? On the basis of that pattern, some of the data analytics analysts are taking on the basis of those patterns, they are predicting what will be the trend value for the tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, or for the 1 month or the 1 week. So that's why it is somehow helping to maintain such kind of a pattern system uh, for the prediction point of view. Okay, what will be the value of that particular stock in the current 1 month, and what can be the target value of the year, what can be the potential rate. So such kind of a predictions can helpful, and this is also one of the mining technique. What are the challenges which lead to implementing a data mining? Normally, a very good skill person is required to formulate the data mining rules. So, for to get a correct data, we need to apply the data mining rules, and then on the basis of those rules, the expert is required to write that kind of a script to get the correct data and the outfit fitted data. Sometimes it is happens that data, due to small size of the training database, our model cannot be fit for the future states. So as I already told you in the previous slides, okay, we need to check our data, we need to check our model system on the basis of the available data sets, whether all type of data set is applicable for my created model or not. So that's why the fitment of a particular model for this particular data set is also most important. So sometimes it is also a kind of a challenge whether our created model will fit into the system or not. So data mining needs a large database, and definitely it will be very difficult to manage, and but it is a challenge, and but still the people are working on it. So that's why lots of algorithm techniques is used to manage these kind of data sets. So business practices may need to be modified to determine to use the information uncovered. There are certain areas in which the information is not coming out. So you need to identify that these kind of a area in which that particular system is not giving a correct result. So business practices accordingly make use of it. Okay, so if the data set is not diverse, so data mining result may not be accurate. So different type of diversified data, you have to check our data mining techniques are giving a correct result or not. Similarly, the integration of the different heterogeneous databases and the different type of globalization level or globalized system can give you the complex situation in which maybe your data cannot be correctly formatted. So, in the latest advances, the concept called the big data, in which the R language is also one of the tool which is most usable tool, and it is worldwide level. It is used for the statistical and the classical statistical test, time series analysis. All the statistical methodology can be used for giving a good result of using that R languages. So data scientists are or the data analytics are using these kind of tools to go for the business statistics side. Similarly, there is a tool called the Oracle Data Mining. So they are also giving Oracle Advanced Analytical Databases. These data mining tools allows the data analyst to generate the detailed insight. So these are the some pre-specified tools in which you can write your algorithm to get your result appropriately. What are the some of the advantages are data mining techniques help companies to get knowledge based information. Data mining helps the organization to make the profitable adjustment because of the trend analysis, because of the sales data. So it is giving a lots of helpful help to the organization. So this is how that's why the decision making process is so easy. Make use of the data mining. So that's why you need make use of data mining techniques, that is giving a very good platform and the effective solutions. Disadvantages, sometimes it is happening that you are having a data and the people are making selling those data. So that is one of the hurdles of the data mining as well, because the people are keep eye on the personal data. So that's why the personal policies are taken care. So that's why you need to have a privacy rules that they should not be breach out among the different type of business segments, and unnecessary data flow is coming to you as well. So somehow it is required some kind of a special training to make use of those analytical tools. So uh, somehow the algorithm is tedious or very effective, though it is effective, but for the using point of view, it must be a good user manual system so that the user should able to get advantage of that. So the functionalities of data mining, if we talk about, so data mining functionalities are used to specify the kinds of patterns to be found in the data mining task. So normally it is having two categories. One is your descriptive data mining and the another one is the classification and the prediction. So now let's see the descriptive data mining. So descriptive data mining is it includes the certain knowledge to understand what is happening within the data without a previous idea. The common data features are highlighted into the data sets. For example, count, average, etc. Now let's see in detail. Descriptive function in which you will apply the classification, as we have already been discussed about the we it refers to the data to be associated with the classes or the concept. For example, in a company, the class of items for sales include computer and printers. The concept of customers include big spenders and the biggest budget spenders. It means, so if you are having some kind of a special category of the particular item segments, so it will help the customers to attract those people, those who are having a big spenders. It means that their budget is okay and budget is much more suitable for the big segments. So it will classify each and every type of segments, even the business customer segments, even for the item segments, in which you can classify those things. So how exactly you can describe into the two ways? So that is one is your data characterization and the data discrimination. So this refers to the summarizing data of a class under the study. This class under study is called the target class. So you have to categorize the system, or the categorize your business, or the categorize your data on the segment of the different targeted class, those who can buy their products. So this is the way how exactly you can categorize. Data discrimination, it refers to the mapping or the classification of a class for the predefined groups. So the output can be generated in the terms of the bar charts, curves, and the pie charts. So that's why you can have some kind of a classification. Different item sets are having a different classification, that particular item sets. Like if you are having a particular item, that item categories can be defined, and the item categories is, if it is the correlated item categories, so you can show it their classification discrimination on the basis of the charts and the curves or the bar chart representation. Descriptive function is also described in the mining frequent patterns. So what are the mining frequent patterns? That is how the occurring in how the item is occurring, the saleable item or the data which is occurring into the transactional mode. So that's why there are different kind of a frequency system in which you can observe. One is your frequent item set, frequent subsequences, substructure. So this apply like frequent item set, this applies to a number of items that can be seen together. uh, like if you buy this, if you are purchasing some milk, so definitely you require the sugar as well. So when you having some kind of a related set, so related segments are associated with each other. So that's why the frequent item set can be categorized in such a way, because they are dependent with each other. So that's why that item can be produced in that particular data set. Frequent subsequence, this refers to the pattern series that often occurs regularly, such as purchasing a phone followed by a back cover. So whenever you are purchasing a phone, so it means that you are looking for the back cover as well. Similarly, when you talking about the pattern, okay, what is the pattern of uh, pattern of a customer? Okay, whenever they are coming into for a purchase of the mobile phone, so definitely they are looking for the lead, the earphone lead, or if they are having a memory card, or they require some kind of a back cover as well. So these are the subset or the subsequences which is aligned with the particular item segment as well. So similarly, when you talk about the data, so data is also aligned with the some another metadata which is required as per the informations uh, and as per the inputs which are usable into the business segments. So on the basis of that, you can create the substructures. So substructures can be defined in the form of the trees, graphs, or the clusters. So this is the way how exactly the structure can be created. Descriptive functions is also having some kind of a mining association, mining correlations. So we are applying the association rules because the data is always dependent with the another data set, because the chunks of the data is to be divided on the basis of the RDBMS concept, and that concept can be applied on the basis of the association and the relations in between the divided and the subset of those data sets. So this is the way how exactly you can determine the sale of the items which are frequently purchased together. It means that like an example of your mobile phone and the data cover as well. So so that's why you have to apply the techniques for making a correlation. What is the if a person is coming to purchase for that particular item segment, then definitely if they are purchasing that particular item and the correlated item is also being purchased at the same time, so it will help the system to take a decision that whether you have to keep those stocks as per the saleable trend and on the basis of the correlation. So the classification is the process of finding a model that describes the data classes or the concept. This purpose is to be fulfilled by using the representation of some structures, that is called if then rules, that is called the classification, and the decision rules, some formulas, the neural networks. You can see here, this is one of the structure which has been created, like decision tree and the neural network you can see, and the cluster analysis you can find out. So these are the some representation which is to be taken care into the data mining concept as well. So this is all about. Thank you very much for watching me, and I hope so this concept is clear to you all. Thank you.